tonight. Thank you guys for taking your time to come here and listen to this. My name is Billy Wright, and this is my presentation on how to be a hero and how to create a fire escape plan. This is a class at University of North Texas. It's a technical presentation. And of course I'm going there this spring, 2016. I'm here tonight, of course, on behalf of that class. I'll be discussing the importance of the fire escape plan. All right. Who all in here has a fire escape plan? Raise your hand. Okay. I wish that I could raise my hand, but I can't. And that's the whole reason why I chose this subject. Okay, is because I was a fireman and for 6 years, and I didn't have a fire escape plan. And to me, that's kind of sad, because there's some statistics that we'll go over later, and we'll see how serious of a deal it is. So, continuing on, we'll cover facts on fire escape planning, and the importance of practicing the plan. Alright? Be not dismayed, though. You will find that this presentation will be informative, and it presents in a way that is fun and useful. Ultimately, you will learn to create and practice a fire escape plan with your family. Hopefully the situation never arises, which I hope it doesn't. But in this case, you'll have the information easily accessible to you whenever you're ready to start the process. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. First, I'm going to read let me go back one. This is a poem by Mandy Klein I found on the internet. It's called Fire Escape. I escaped the dreadful gleams of radiant light, which pierced my sight with its blazing rays. I couldn't see anything before me. It surrounded me. I saw nothing at all. So I closed my eyes to the blinding light, which shined down until it hurt. My thoughts, my breath, it burned, was melting away, never to be seen again, except as a pile of ashes and dust. But before it had touched me completely within, I found a way out of the fire that reached every piece of me I've ever known, until there was almost nothing left. In a moment, I stepped through to the other side of the flames. Now I was on the other side looking in, and never was I going in again. The fires that burn won't burn me no more. So moving on to fast facts about fire. Half of home fire deaths result from fires reported between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. So that's when most people are asleep. I guess most normal people are asleep. So I made these kind of easy for everybody to memorize, and if somebody can give me all four at the end, they're going to win a gift card from Walmart.
Yeah.
So if I made it kind of easy, so we'll test it out. Maybe if you can remember, we can get a gift card to you. All right, so 7 a day. All right, on average, people die in U.S. home fires per day. Okay, so that's 7 a day. All right, so 3 out of 5 home fires in 2009-2013 were caused by fires in homes with no smoke alarms and no working smoke alarms. So I'm personally guilty of this. Okay, not checking my smoke alarms, not putting the batteries in them. Okay, not doing my due diligence. Okay, I can do better, and that's why I'm here, so that you all can do better. Let's see. So during the same years, 1 out of every 335 households had a reported home fire per year. So we were here 335. So 1 out of 335, your odds of the lottery are a lot worse. So we're looking at something that can happen. Next slide. So at least 80% of all fire deaths in the U.S. occur in homes and a result of human error. That's why I have the bear with the flame there. So each picture resembles something. We're talking about stovetop fires. We're talking about plugging too many things into the outlet here. I think we're all guilty of that. Special ones that you can buy that will actually surge protect. Those are actually just giving you extra options to plug in more electronics than you should. And then, of course, you want to make sure that your heating unit, your furnace is maintained. So we use a company to do that every year. It's $100 a year. Totally worth it. So So just make sure you trust the company. That's going to reduce your risk of fires. Next line. All right, so I'm gonna show you this video, and I learned this video in fire training. Okay, and it was really surprising to me how fast that fire can spread. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna read you the facts, and we're gonna look at the video, and we're gonna see how fast and how much time you have to get out of a fire. Only 1/3 of Americans have both developed and practiced a home fire escape plan. Almost 3/4 of Americans do have an escape plan. However, more than half never practice it. 1/3, 32% of survey respondents who made an estimate thought they would have at least 6 minutes before a fire in their home would become threatened. The time available is often less. Only 8% said their first thought on hearing a smoke alarm would be to get out. So here's the problem is we have the smoke alarm go off, and you'll see in the video later that I took with my kids. And, they think it's fun, it's a noise. They don't realize, until you train them, they give them those skills that what it is to get out of the house. And so go ahead and play the video and fast forward to 35, please. You can use the over keys too if you want. So we'll look at two types of fire. We'll look at a Christmas tree fire, which we just started purchasing real Christmas trees during Christmas, so this is a real issue for us. And we'll look at the timestamp down here. We're at 2 seconds.
Dang.
We're at 9 seconds.
You put gasoline on that fire?
No,
tree?
it's a dry scotch. Alright, so now we're at 24 seconds, okay? So let's go ahead and fast forward to probably about minute 30. The next fire, if you scroll through and see the picture, yeah, the one with just the couch. So here's the living room fire, okay? And we'll watch it. Yeah, the fire originates in the
Plug or something?
tap, something.
Cigarette.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The thing is back in the day, their homes wouldn't burn down as readily because everything was solid wood. Now we've got combustible materials and plastics, and the materials sitting on the clothes we wear are all flammable. So everything's igniting very quickly, and it's reducing the time to be able to get out. So if you just fast forward and let them see the timestamp of 30 now. Let's put to a minute and a half. See where we're at. As far as the timestamp, the video time will probably be about 3.5. Yeah, you can see it getting bigger. You can just look at it, guys, right there.
At least it's not as bad as the Christmas tree.
Yeah, so we're at minute 45, and you can see the black smoke just coming on down. Okay, so
Stuff
hence
like that.
getting low and getting out. But here we are at 2 minutes.
So crazy.
Let's see how far we can go. I mean, we're almost halfway down the room. As far as the smoke and the visibility goes, and smoke inhalation is really a big deal.
You may not even have a fire
Yeah.
smoke detector in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may not just melt it completely,
Or not having.
So would you fast forward just a little bit? But so that's 2:23. So that kind of gets the point across. Okay. I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit more. See where our timestamp is. Probably right about there. Is you good? So we're at 3 minutes. Alright, so we got the couch pretty much fully engulfed. We've got visibility down about halfway. Okay, at this point it's getting hot. Okay, the room's about ready to ignite. It's called a flashover. That's another topic for another time. But anyway, so we got 3 minutes. So you're looking about half of what we got on there. Okay, 6 minutes. So it's quick, move. So let's go to the next. Next slide, please. So you have to click outside and then click. Alright, so of course this is Wyatt, Bella, Gabe, and Sam. Okay, this is our whole world, and all of y'all have kids. Okay, so they're your whole world. So You know, my biggest thing when I started making this presentation was how are they going to react, you know, when we practice this? Is Sam going to be the hero? He's 8 years old. Is he going to get everybody out? Okay, and we're going to find out later what really happened and who was really more of the helper than anything. We'll find out later who it was. I always figured that each person had their own skill set and characters, and so they would, you know, help here and do this and do that. Whereas I didn't really understand, you know, at what age group that they were developed, at what they were thinking, and how they were thinking it. So you have to look at how old they are and how they're reacting. And what you think in your head is probably might not necessarily true until you actually make the plan and you practice it, and then you see your kid's thought process about how they're going to react to a smoke alarm or to having to get out in the fire. So the whole deal with this presentation is I put this package together for y'all, okay? And it's in that flash drive, and it's in this bag here. And all you do is plug it into your computer, okay? And I've got cool links in here, okay, honey, if you click that. No. Go back. Click the kid in the bed. So this is everything's NFPA.org, okay? So everything's pretty much got the same brand on it. If you take your kids out here, okay, and if you make it full screen, thank you. And so they can pick what color they want to be, their name, their age, where they live, and where the outside meeting place is. And we'll talk about the meeting place later. But this kind of makes it fun, and we'll continue through, okay? So you're going to do Sparky's saying this and that. Now you're ready to read and so forth. And so you click the top right-hand corner. All their information is here, okay? And then it just takes you through the process. When the smoke alarm sounds, okay? When it makes a sound, okay? What it's going to be like. Click. You know, and it goes on and on. My fire safety plan. Okay, click. So it starts prepping them, okay, before you start. So they get the idea in their head, okay, this is what we're doing, okay? And it might be a little bit elementary to some of the kids, but you'd be imagine how, you know, even if they're under 12, they're still picking up on the elementary stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they still see it as viable education. So click again, and we'll just click through it. Keep going. And it talks about the fire truck. You know, and another issue is firemen. You know, there's some kids that are afraid of the fireman suit, you know, and the mask and all that. So kind of gets them used to it. It's kind of a fun little deal. It should be quick. Kind of sets the tone for what you're trying to do. Okay. Yeah, and we're back to the presentation. Alright, so next slide please. Alright, so here's the materials needed, okay? Basically your kids, you gotta have those. Alright, the USB stick is what I got in this package for everybody. You know, your kitchen table or living room table. I'm gonna give you a floor plan sheet, okay? It's going to look like this. Alright? So everybody sees this, they can draw their floor plan. Alright? We're gonna have a contest at the end. Alright? And whoever can draw the best floor plan of this house as it sits, so Lauren, you should have the advantage, will win, okay? We'll win something up here, I'm going to go over that later, but we're going to go ahead and cut it off at the front door. We're not going to do it now. We're not going to do the bedrooms, we're going to keep their privacy, which we're going to do the garage area in here, and we're just going to team it out, you know, and for you know, Justin's not here, you know, you'll have to do it on your own if you want to. But it should be fun. We're going to do, you know, like a 5-10 minute deal, and we'll see who can come up with the best thing, you know, and see, you know, make it fun. Alright? So, another thing is I got escape planning safety tips. Alright, basically some quick facts. This sheet here basically gives you a 1, 2, 3, okay? Follows the PowerPoint pretty closely. So, and, okay, next slide. So, I found this video off NFPA, and it's just a quick video. we're not gonna go over it. We'll watch probably 10-15 seconds of it and kind of get an idea of what it is, and go ahead and click play.
Damn doofus. My baby.
Hey, Dan, what are you working on there? Ah, working on your home fire escape plan. Very good. Well, let's take a look here.
It's kind of how mine looked when we
Working
made
it
it.
out by
So.
the most direct route, Dan. How's about something a little more like this? Now you have 2 ways out of each room. What about your smoke alarms? Is that the only one you have?
Those are ours.
You should have working smoke alarms in every bedroom, outside each sleeping area, and on every level of your home. They should be interconnected so that when one sounds, they all sound. Test alarms monthly. Good job, Dan. Now let's give it a shot. Dan! Calm down, Dan. Execute the plan. Good job, Dan.
So we ended up watching the whole
Check
thing,
and
but
make sure you have working
you know, your
smoke
kids could
alarms.
enjoy that. You know, they can enjoy watching that, and then they get in the idea. They get the head, of, you know, the idea that hey, this is what we're doing, and you'll find out that my kids were just jacked up to do this.
It's good.
And so, next slide. All right, so find the place and go ahead and go to the next one. All right, drawing your plan. All right. So I'm gonna go through how I made the PowerPoint at first before I actually did put it into place. So this is a little bit different. I'm gonna show you one way to do it and then the way that we actually found. Use your ruler and the pencil first. With the pencil, you'll be able to erase, okay? The ruler, you're gonna make straight lines, okay? So you're gonna make it look nice and neat on paper. Create your outline first, and you're gonna use simple symbols and marks for windows and doors. I use X's for the windows, but you can use different colors or whatnot. Be creative. Let your kids have fun. You want your kids to be incorporated in this, okay? So what I tried to do was I tried to control the paper myself, okay? And the kids were like, well, let me do this, and I had to let one do a line and another do a line. And you know, the great idea that Heather had was that you know, give them all, you know, one of these. Let them go at it. You know, let them make. Of course, you're the one that's going to be responsible for making the one that you can actually read and post. But you know, and you'll see in the video later. It turned out pretty neat, but kind of learning trial by error. Next slide, please. So you want primary and secondary 2 ways out. You mark the locations of your smoke alarms, and then post where everyone can see it. All right, this is a big deal here too because we have some areas like this in our house, and the biggest concern is toys. You know, during Christmas time and stuff like that, the tree and so when you start blocking your routes, you know, this is an older pamphlet, but it kind of just and you know, I don't know what your guys' houses are like, or if you may have padlocks, or you may have exits that are blocked. third page, and that was for toys, okay? So we got billions of them. We are very blessed with toys, okay? So, it makes it very hard when the toys are in the way of windows and doors. So, I wanted to hand that out to y'all. And of course, a two-story house poses additional dangers, and we'll go over that later. Alright. Which we have. How many people got two-story houses here? You will in July, right? We do. Okay. So there's some dangerous right here. But we'll talk about that later. Okay, next slide. Alright, so fire may block primary exits, so have an alter in mind. Doors may be high. Alright, so we're going to learn how to open and close them. Secondary exits may be through windows or down the stairs. Alright. One thing, can you go back one? On the windows, you want to make sure windows are not stuck, okay, and the screens can be removed. We have screens on our master bedroom that have screws in the frame. So if you were to actually try to push that screen out, it would not dislodge itself. So, you know, I have to get up on the roof and I need to take those out. Okay, you could probably push through it because you're an adult, but a child, probably not. So we're going to look at, you know, practicing with our kids. Maybe you put some paint on the windows or something like that, and they're shut. Even those new windows I got, I mean, my windows are 6 years old and they're incredibly hard to get up. So that's another problem, you know, for the kids, depending on, you know, how old your kids are. So, next. So have an established meeting place. When I was first doing this, I thought maybe across the road at the park. Can anybody tell me why that's not a good reason why?
Because now you have to cross an intersection or a street, which could pose a whole different set of safety.
Gotcha. Now you got kids getting ran over, okay? So that's not good. So, physically count all family members. Has anybody gone anywhere with their kid and thought you had all of them with you? Okay? So, we won't get into that. But we now do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it sounds really, really ridiculous, but it's worth it. So, we've learned from our experience, and then we're going to call 911. And we'll go over that in a second. Go ahead and continue. Alright, two-story ladder. So we've got this cool deal, okay? Which we didn't quite get that far in our presentation, alright? And there was a bunch of questions as to how mom's going to get out the second-story window, okay, with 3 kids. Let's say I'm not there. So we don't know, okay? Honestly, I wish I had the answer. But, so she's like, well, I'll just throw some pillows down and do this and do that. I'm like, okay, so you're telling me that you would, okay, that's good, okay, but what if you had this? So I'm not climbing down that, you know, I'm not going to be able to get my kids, and if I climb down with just one kid, what about the other kids that are still up there? And okay, so we can what if it all day long, but I said, okay, honey, calm down. I said, if you had the option, wouldn't you rather have the option? She said yes. So, her option is number 1, throw pillows, anything soft out, throw the kids out. She has to, okay? Or we have this option. So we can do 1 kid at a time, maybe try to figure out a rig to where we can rig 1 kid to us. If they're strong enough, they can hold to us. But would everybody agree that having the option is still better than...
Did not have any.
You get one of those things that you throw out and it inflates.
Yeah, there you go.
An emergency raft, just in case.
So, you know, and so if we do have a 2-story, we want to practice this, and I haven't practiced yet, and so I will. But another cool thing is these talking smoke alarms, which is right here, okay? This is not the exact model, but what this does is it tells you where the fire is, what's going on, so the kids actually hear there's a fire in the house, or whatever it's programmed to say, okay? So this is actually going up. This is going up to when there's a card in here. Each couple is going to get a card, right?
We have the talking ones too.
Yes.
In the
It's-
middle of the night, out of nowhere, our
You got the talking ones?
Yeah.
yeah,
So you
like
got experience
one
with
time
that?
at like 3 in the morning, all of a sudden we hear battery low.
It's like dead silent in the house. It's like a man's deep voice, like battery low. What in the world is going on? This is my house. Oh Jesus!
And we couldn't figure out which one it was.
Because
We're
because they're
like
all
in the
there.
dark,
So,
like-
so it's in the dark. Because we have one in the kitchen, one in the dining room, one in the study. We're like,
But
Which
then-
one is it?
and you're like, wait, battery low. Run to the next one.
So were they all saying battery low or just one?
Just one of them.
Well-
We just couldn't tell.
well,
At one point, we
then-
had 2 of them going on.
I guess we put the batteries in at the same time, so they died like within 24 hours of each other. So we thought we had fixed it, and then all of a sudden we're sitting there watching TV and we hear battery low again.
It's just creepy.
Yeah,
We're
all
not
of a sudden-
expecting it. But it's pretty cool because I'd never heard of that before until we moved in and they had already had them. I was like,
Right. I've never
That's
heard of it
awesome
before
though,
either.
because then you actually know that the batteries are.
yeah.
Yeah, at 3
Yeah.
I
in the
think
morning.
I would rather be terrified of the battery low than
Of
not
not
working
having
at all.
the
Well,
option,
yeah,
right?
you
The
can always count
option.
on the beep thing though too.
Oh, I can count on it.
Yeah,
Let me
right,
tell you,
right,
it's
right,
been
yeah.
2 in the morning, and I can count on that thing real. Yep, you can't sleep with it.
It's
Right.
just a like really high pitched chirp.
Yeah.
Well, if you have dogs, they just lose you.
Then you go, right, wake up.
So I didn't even know about these talking smoke alarms, and if you get into this, you can click on this, and it'll take you to a news story about a Denver fireman. And what he did was he did a practice drill at night, okay, with his kids. So he set off all the deals, okay. His kids slept right through it. Didn't even get up.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was concerned. So he invested in one of these, mounted it up, did the same drill, and now he's got half of his kids coming out. So he's got half of his kids coming out, you know, as opposed to 0. So that was cool. I thought that was really cool. So that's what we're going to be giving you guys today, one of you guys today. So that's a $60 value, okay?
Nice.
So that's a pretty cool deal, just for putting up with me. So I appreciate it. All right, next slide. All right, so we're going to have children use the back of their hand to check the door for heat, okay? And we're gonna find out why, okay? Teach them not to hide. Little ones like to hide, okay? Place a towel or article of clothing under the door if they cannot escape, and the reason for that is
Smoke.
okay, smoke inhalation is gonna get to them probably faster than the fire would. All right, next slide, please. That's just a couple of pictures. All right, when traveling to smoke, we're gonna get down. All right, I thought this was cool. Okay, there's supposed to be a bandana in here, but I didn't get to it. But if you can use like a T-shirt, something like that, you could actually make it into a game. Okay, what we do with the kids, and you'll see in the video here in a second. You know, let them travel the house with their eyes closed. Make it a game. Okay, kids like games. They like competition. You know, make it fun. So, next slide. Practice opening windows and screens, which I covered earlier. Okay, it's very important. Very carefully use the ladder together for second story exits. Okay, that's something you gotta work on. Alright. Practice 2 times a year. Okay, this is for me specifically because I change my air filters every 6 months. So at that point, I'm going to change the batteries. Okay, it's kind of like daylight savings time and
It's a good idea.
moonlight savings time and all that. So make it fun. Have fun.
How did your feet
Next
go?
time. No,
Yeah, those are mine. Those are pretty
I
cool.
hijacked it. Okay, so we created an escape plan. We practiced. Let's see how it turned out. Yeah. You want to watch it, Mom? Come on in. Kids are ready to get started.
It's a crib.
It's like Van Damme. Come on in. What's your name? How old are you? What's your name, little one?
Was that Bella?
Yeah.
What's your name, young lady?
Isabella,
And how old are you?
6.
And what's your name, sir?
Samuel David Smothers,
How
Alright.
Life over there. So kids, what are we here today to do?
Make a fire plant.
Fire?
Make
Like a what? Candy shell? Okay, we're here to do a fire escape plan, okay? So let's come on over to the table and see what we got over here. Mom, you have a popsicle? Alright. So, what we got on the table, kids? And that's a USB stick. Okay, it's gonna have a presentation on it. We got a computer to play that USB stick. And then for your reward, if you do good, we got a popsicle. Alright, zoom in on that. That's gonna make us all pay attention. We're gonna
No, at the end, they each got a
Spreadsheet,
spreadsheet for
here.
being good and doing it.
Yeah.
Did you know their attention
I'll make
span
a
is
fire
not
escape plan. Then we have general tips on escape
She
plan.
must have not done it.
So,
That wasn't
are you
good.
ready to get started? Okay. Bella, are you ready to get started? Wyatt, are you ready to get started? Ducky, you ready to get started? Alright, let's go do it. Right here. Alright, chair right here. And we got a couch right here.
And then you put the
And
water
where's
on.
our TV go? Right here, right?
Yeah, right?
Okay. So if we need to get out the window, we can get out the window. We want two ways out of every room right now.
We can get out. We only got one way.
We have a fire over here, we can get out here.
Well, there.
Right there, out the window, through. Now where's the smoke alarm in here? Everybody can go find the smoke alarm?
Yeah.
Go find it.
Right there. Right there.
Alright, we got a smoke alarm right there.
On top of the stairs. Beside the stairs.
Beside the stairs, so we're gonna mark the smoke alarm. Like that. So we want to use simple symbols and marks for windows and doors. So we use these lines for the doors and we use X's for the windows. Change that up later if you want. We want to have primary and secondary exits. We want two ways out. Every room. We mark the location of the smoke alarms. And then where will we post it so everybody can see it?
We should do meet here.
Where should we post it?
There. We got a rock right there. And then we do a fridge.
Make it a fridge.
Fridge right there. That's what my box do.
Alright.
This is where we figured out everybody needs a sheet of paper.
Like that.
So they all feel like they did something, you know. Even Gabe got in it. Sam lost interest pretty quick. So that was the final one.
Looks good.
Now that we've got our fire escape plan on the table, we're gonna go ahead and start trying to open some windows. For the younger kids, it seems to be a little bit more difficult. We gotta unlock it first, right? So you open your tab.
So she didn't even know how to unlock the window, you know.
It's like,
Got it.
So she could get it cracked, but that's about it, you know. And of course, Steven's kind of tough for Sam, but he can get it. He's strong enough.
Alright. Now you you envision your children's roles are, whether they be the hero or be the scared one. It's totally different. Bella has turned out to be more of the helper. As you can see, Sam is just really
gone.
meeting place while everybody's still inside.
Right to the heart.
Everything with Sam's competition, he's gone, you know. Bella's the one hanging back, you know.
Our windows have these like instead of opening it like that. Well, we have one that you open like this, but on the side of it there's another little window, and you have to push these circle
Squeeze
things in,
the little
and
things
then
you
come
pull
out
them
and
and
let go.
because it's got
That's
the
so hard.
because it's
Yeah.
the weather whatever
Weatherproof.
weather glass or whatever it is.
But y'all better practice.
Yeah.
Y'all better get holding.
They're hard for me, so.
You better practice.
Be ready.
Like at that point, if there's a fire, I'm gonna bust a window out.
I
Or
will
find
Yeah,
something
that's you,
sharp
though.
and cut it.
Yeah.
We will get out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's good.
Go back.
I'm like, what did I do?
Right there.
You blew it. No, I'm just kidding.
While everybody's still inside.
Love that. Teamwork.
There you go.
As silly as this sounds, counting each member of your family off by numbers or by name helps give you peace of mind in a traumatic situation like this where you may overlook your child. So, it may sound funny, but please do it. You may or may not have your cell phone with you at the time, so I chose my oldest boy to go next door and make a phone call to emergency services.
I was just fixing to ask if y'all did that.
Mhm.
Y'all had sent one of those over.
Make sure they know what it is.
Well, I was thinking because like if for some reason you guys weren't able to get out, do they know to
To go.
yeah. Go? Yeah.
That's a good question.
They will.
They're like so into it, you know what I mean? It's like so like benign to an adult, but to them they're like all about it. You can hear the other ones go off. So this is the first time I really figured out that they were all linked. Once one is see, he thinks it's funny, you know. So once one went off, the other one went
That's
off.
I mean that's awesome though because not all of them do that.
Yeah, not all of them do that. So
When you hear that you go out of the house. Get out of the house when you hear that noise.
I'm not sure whether it's the decibel or it's they're actually hardwired in. I'm not sure what the difference is.
Now, the other presentation we
Hardwired.
talked about the like toys and pulling away. There was a brochure that we received. So we want to look at things like this during the day. So we keep this toy table in front of this drawer here to keep that little one. So then what we want to do is we want to do stuff like this. We're going to go ahead and continue, and we're going to let
So
all
at
the
nighttime,
kids,
you're gonna want to leave everything out of the way
check their own smoke detectors and let them have all fun doing that.
and keep our doors closed at night.
Post some pictures up in the video. Thanks.
So we let them all, touch the smoke detector.
Alright, so we're investigating Bella's room here. You can tell by the pink sheets.
Sam's on the bed,
We've got stuff in front of the
messing
window.
around.
So, if you had to get out there and get on the roof, you'd have to get out and get on the roof, right? That's better than
See, that whole exit way is block. There's a little scoop right there so you can get out on it.
Step out of the way so you can get to your window, right? Okay.
So now they're starting to think.
Do we hide from the fire? What do we do in a fire? No, we don't hide. Okay? So come on out. Now get low. Get low. Come towards daddy. Get down, get down, get down. Stop. Come on. Crawl on your knees. Come on, come on. All the way. Keep crawling. Keep crawling. Keep crawling all the way out. All the way to the stairs. All the way to the stairs. Don't get up.
He just goes over
Right,
the wall.
good. All right.
Yeah, I just like when he's freezing in the goggles.
Teach your
Alright, so
children not to hide.
we've completed basically checking our fire alarm in each room. Smoke alarm actually. You can see when there's kids that need to be quiet. When they're pushed, they're going to actually key the other ones up, so that's a good thing to have. Now we're going to focus on going into every room and seeing 2 ways out. So Bella, in your room, how many 2 ways we can get out? Through the window? Good.
Right, can you enter the garden?
Alright. Now go in your room.
What?
Okay. If you go out that window, Sam, we got out.
You have to throw these out
Okay.
and put them on the ground, and then you can land on them.
Okay, well,
That's
Like
not a
his
good
mom.
idea.
the right answer would be a 2-story ladder. Okay, good.
2-story ladder.
I was seeing a bunk beds are right there by the window too, so.
Talking fire safety, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Is that the only window?
Yeah, and now.
Out. Now
Have you
moved
since
them.
moved them?
Yeah, we have to move. We have not moved them.
So we've
You can still get out
identified,
the window.
Yeah,
two
we're
ways out of each room.
good.
Now we're gonna go ahead and do a blindfold activity. This is why the kit that I give a big hand for the kids and.
Yeah, we forgot the bed.
Sorry. You have to get your own bananas.
So,
That's it, I'm done. I didn't get my hand in.
alright, so we got everybody in bed, we're gonna make it realistic as possible. We're gonna do, one dry room with our eyes open, we're gonna stay low. We're gonna act as if the smoke has come down on us. And when we watched the video and the illustrated presentation, we saw how the smoke would come from the ceiling on down. So, it makes sense for the kids to get low and crawl out. Let's see how they do. We're gonna focus on safety, but we're gonna go as quick as we can. Alright, here we go. Okay, Mom.
It's like
3, 2,
you share the
1.
same one.
First, you want to teach them also to close their doors as they come out.
Down on your butt. Down on your butt. Down on your butt.
Mom, you want to fast forward a little bit? We're right on time.
Good down. You're a big burned, Sam. You on your head. Sam, where you at, Sam? You're first, okay? So, okay, door's hot. We don't want to open it. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
Now, we don't want to open it. We want to stick something under there, like a sheet. Okay, we want to keep the smoke from coming in. Like that, okay? We want to keep the smoke out so we can get out that window or the firemen come get us. Alright? So if we can get out, we decide, okay, it's not hot.
So that's a technique to do it. That's how you do it later.
Put our shoulder against the door here. We're gonna open. If we feel pressure, we're gonna slam it shut. Okay? If we don't, we're gonna open it. And we're gonna crawl out on our hands and knees.
And the only thing I didn't say was close the door behind you.
We're gonna go under the smoke.
Doors are open and fire will feed off that oxygen and just fuel through the house.
We're
You
gonna
go
do
ahead,
a
fast
hand
forward,
now. We do
baby.
low. Everybody's gonna.
Ah, baby.
I know where we're at, right? It was 14, I think. Or, yeah, it was 14.
Shoulder in. Okay?
That's how we practice with all the kids.
Comes open and shut it real quick. It's too hot. It's too hot. Right? Now what are you gonna do? Put the pillow under the door, right?
You can fast forward that a little bit.
Okay? Probably wanna do this.
Really, my bad. fast forward to pretty much everything we've seen. That's good. So we practice with bandanas.
Get them engaged and to let them feel what it's really.
Alright, good stuff. No, we're running out of time, so please stop it.
So anyways, you'll probably learn 3 things, okay? Some important tips about fire escape planning, okay? How to make a fire escape plan, how to practice it, because it's basically what I'm trying to teach y'all, follow in my footsteps. So I know your family means just as much to you as it does to me. So I never did it before, and this is why I chose this project for this class, is so that I could educate you all and show you what I learned and what I found. Real quick, let's see what this giveaway is going to be.
Woo woo woo!
So who
That's
has
the card that was put in the envelope earlier.
the 3? Who has the 3?
Was it?
Yay! Hey, going for the new house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now at 3 in the morning, you'll hear
battery low.
So before you all leave, make sure you take one of these deals for each of your families, okay? So I got 2 $10 cards, so
I got it.
anybody can tell
I
me.
don't remember the time.
11 p.m. and 6
7
a.m.
a.m., 11
11
p.m.,
to
11 a.m., 7 a day.
7 a day.
3/5 of homes don't have
Three
it,
and
and 1 in
335.
300 and 335.
335 what?
You answer that.
No, I said the
1 in
number.
300.
Oh,
35
because-
homes will so catch on fire.
Yeah, well,
Better
now
odds
it's
than
the
the
type of
lottery.
fire.
So you got that one?
Yeah.
So you said that one, okay, good. Give me those 4, right?
Yeah, the times of day.
7 or 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
That's when most
Okay.
fires occur.
The
7 a day.
7 a day.
3/5 of homes don't have.
No, 3 out of 5 that
Yeah, 3 out of 5.
that catch fire do not have a proper smoke
There
alarm.
you go. Yay!
Ooh.
Right? Okay. There you go. And thank you for that. Let me do this.
You're welcome.
Yay!
That's it.
Yay! Thanks, Jay!
Thanks, guys.
I do want to add, we had
Sure.
a firefighter, Camden had a presentation he did at school, and they gave them little packages. They have stickers that you can put on your kid's bedroom window, so firefighters know that that's a kid's bedroom.
Oh.
And there's also stickers that show that you have pets.
Oh, we have
Oh,
one of
cool.
those.
Yes, so it actually,
For
I
our
think
dogs.
We
you
don't
can
need
put,
Save our dogs.
yeah, you can put the sticker in like anywhere, and the firefighters usually look at the windows to see if there's stickers are there.
Great idea.
And I think you put, like, if it's a dog or something, you put, like, if you have 2 dogs, you put 2 of them, so then they know that you have 2 dogs to look for them. So, like, if you guys are unconscious or something, they'll be able to know to look, okay, they have 2 dogs.
That's great.
So,
Yeah.
I don't remember where you can get them. I'm assuming
Probably find them
firefighters
online.
have them.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
But-
Cool. That's great. Thank you for adding that. So that's it, guys.
Yay!
Thanks so much.
Yay! Thanks, Vinay.
This says use chemical bullets when possible.
It's-
Stewardship.
Mine says